Hello heirs, this is GM Cidd, here to introduce our newest video guide series, Cidd's Epic 7 101. This video aims to provide our players a little bit more information and demonstration of in-game stuff that our players could use as a reference as they venture through the World of Orbis. In this episode, we're going to start with how damage types are decided, followed by a demonstration part, where our main protagonist Raz and his comrades defeat Devour Arakan. When your character attacks, or when the enemy attacks your character, there are a series of processes that are ran to determine the damage type. When an attack is made, the first thing the game does is decide whether or not the attack is a hit or a miss. The chance of a hit is calculated by taking the target's evasion and subtracting it from the attacker's hit chance. Under most circumstances, a character's hit chance is 100%, while the evasion chance is 0%. But these numbers can be affected by various factors, such as the target/attacker's elemental property, as well as the increase/decrease hit chance effect. Once the attack has been calculated as a miss, the process regarding the damage type decision is completed. A missed attack will display the text miss, and the damage dealt will be decreased by 25%, with the damage appearing in a smaller gray font. Any debuff that could be inflicted with this attack will never be applied, excluding certain characters that specifically state the opposite. If the attack is decided to be a hit, the game will then decide whether or not it will be a critical hit. The chance of a critical hit is calculated by taking the attacker's hit chance and subtracting it from the target's critical resistance. Damage dealt from a critical hit is affected by a character's critical damage stat. Most characters' critical damage stat starts at 150%, thus increasing damage dealt by 50%. The text for critical hit will display in large red font. When the damage is decided to be a critical hit, the damage type decision has ended. Now, if an attack is neither a miss nor a critical hit, it has one last dice to roll, which is a strike. A strike is another damage type which has a 30% chance to occur on an attack that was neither a miss nor a critical hit. If an attack is decided to be a strike, the damage dealt increases by 30%, and the text will display in a larger gray color font. The chance of a strike and damage dealt by a strike are not affected by critical hit chance, nor is it affected by the critical damage stat. When the process has been completed, and no special damage type has been decided, the attack inflicts damage without any additional modifiers, and the damage will appear in a gray color. That's it for this week's guide part. Stay tuned for the demonstration part, where we try to prove that our main protagonist Raz can be a little bit more useful than what some players think. Raz, the heir of the Covenant, the main protagonist of the story. But he doesn't seem to be used by our players after a certain point. Well, as we felt this wasn't right for our main hero, we decided to try to defeat Devour Arakan with a team consisting of Raz, Mercedes, Yuna, and Aether to prove that he can be useful if he is given the proper care. So here we have our team configured in our test environment. Please take care to notice that all of the equipment are level 55 and none of the equipment used is epic grade. For all of our characters, their helm, armor, and weapons are from the speed set. For their rings, necklace, and shoes, we aim for one of them to be part of the speed set in order to get the set bonus. The other two pieces of equipment do not require any particular set, but as you know, completing a set bonus would be more beneficial. The aim for this set is to make it so the player can clear the labyrinth using mostly the auto battle function. We also chose to use only 3-star artifacts to make this as achievable as possible for our players. All the equipment and artifacts are fully enhanced at plus 15 and plus 30 respectively. As for skill enhance, our 3-star heroes Raz and Aether are fully upgraded, as the cost for enhancing their skills was recently decreased, while Mercedes and Yuna have some of their skills enhanced. Well, now that the team's ready, well, for the sake of the video, let's just jump right to the boss battle. We'll upload the full video separately for our heirs who would like to see how we fared up until this point. Except for the occasional use of a Guardian, all the battles were done automatically. Unfortunately, it is possible for this build to not prevail 100% of the time, so please watch over your team in case a character other than Raz is getting targeted by enemy attacks. Gathering this footage didn't take that many attempts, proving our point that this is very doable for our players. We're not saying all our players should attempt this team, but we just want our players to know that there are many viable compositions out there and they have many choices when deciding which character to build next. We understand the risk involved when trying out an untested build. With that being said, we'd like to offer our players a chance to see their ideas in action via this video series. Please leave a comment below telling us which build you'd like to see in action and against which enemies. Or if you see someone else's idea that you really like, please go ahead and reply or like that comment. The ones that are most popular will be picked for our next episode. And that's it for this week's episode. I hope you all liked it. Again, feel free to leave your ideas for the demonstration part. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you'll be one of the first to see our next videos. See you all later!